Ladies and gents, welcome back to RAMBOMANIA. Now, right off the bat, I wanted to apologize that I was unable to post last week. I was, all posted out. No, really, it was just a tragic week. I'll try to make it up to you guys this week. It was a week that really needed my attention. So, like I said, I apologize, people. I am sorry. I wouldn't even know where to begin to describe to you the events. So, it was just otherworldly, should I say. So, now before we get back to prequel month, I have just one last delay. But trust me, it's for good reason, and it is indeed worth it. Worth the wait. I did, however, post some home movies and prepared some of the how should I say, the not categories, but the playlists. I started getting the playlists in order on the YouTube page on the Studio Redband channel. So hopefully, within the next week or so, we'll be caught up with that on the playlist side of things, and as well on the playlist that I'm including on the Facebook page. So I apologize, the Facebook page also has been pretty dormant lately, but we're gonna try to get caught up on that too. There's just so many things going on, very strapped for time. So many things to do in so little time. So last week the movie in question, called Joe, came out. It's based on the novel by Larry Brown with a sweet adapted screenplay by Gary Hawkins. Under the direction, of course, of David Gordon Green. Just brilliant director, and this is easily said, brilliant cinematography, and just a great standalone film. And I'm happy to say it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a Nicolas Cage vehicle, co-starring Ty Sheridan, and a lot of unknowns in this picture, but all of them are very spot on. Like, seriously, and this is like top-notch Nicolas Cage. Probably the best since his Con Air era. Very haunting and deeply moving. I do believe this is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie. Before that, my favorite was The Rock by Michael Bay, but this is now my favorite Nicolas Cage movie. There's just so many dimensions to the character and to the different characters, and how it's all tied together is just nothing short than miraculously, it's just awesome. It's a select cinema, it was limited in release, so I'm lucky that we got to get out there and check it out. We had to search around almost everywhere around on the shore and in town, but we eventually found it, and we eventually were treated, and I'm so glad. This is definitely a movie you want to see in the cinema. The scope of this is wondrous. I guess I would also include Knowing in there as some of my best Nicolas Cage memories, but this is by far, I think his best work. Honestly, I think this is just he really brings it home with this one. And I'm really at a loss for words, because I really wanted this review to be spoiler free. To get a gist of the story, I suggest you go check out the trailer. I'll post it in the description below. Plainly said, it was fantastic. Just fantastic. Deeply moving from beginning to end. Just a wonderful treat. The beginning is just so. Oh man, like I wasn't expecting them to go there, but it was awesome. And if you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, or if you're a fan of film in general, you know, that makes you really think, even beyond the viewing, then this one is definitely for you. For real, you know, if you love movies that make you feel, then, you know, go check out Joe. 2014. I thought it was supposed to be released in 2013, but, you know, it is 2014. It just came out the other day, last week. The cinematography, like I said before, is very beautiful. You know, everything about this movie is psychologically fathomful. It's just a blast, you know? A surefire blast take on the modern Western. A hybrid kind of crossbreed, if I had to compare it, maybe to Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven and Billy Bob Thornton's Sling Blade. Billy Bob Thornton's Sling Blade. And at the same time, I guess I can say that it's kind of, it has that tortured feel of both those films. You really get invested in the characters, and like I was saying before, even though a lot of the characters are unknown or little less known, they were all great. The dialogue in this was superb. It really grounded you in reality. There wasn't a time in this whole movie that I didn't think anything was unbelievable. I believed everything. It really grounds you in this really, really special place. And I highly, highly suggest everyone to check it out. You know, with a semi-all-original story, I just can't say enough good things about it. Or, you know, how much I love this movie, because I really, really do love this movie. All three of those movies I mentioned, really close to my heart. You know, Unforgiven, that was such an inspiring movie. Sling Blade, I adore that movie to death. And it makes me cry every time, especially when the Danielle Lanois Omnius theme, I think it's Omni, the theme, you know, like when Billy Bob or Sling Blade or Carl goes back to his dad's house, and he finds the hole in the ground. You know, like it's just such a, it's deep. It's on that level of deep. I want to talk about Sling Blade now. Maybe we'll do a review of Sling Blade. Who knows? But, you know, check out Joe. Joe is on that same level of epicness. Nothing short than a very rather epic piece of film and filmmaking. You know, so this, my friends, in my own opinion, is Movie of the Year for 2014. I really hope Nicolas Cage gets an Oscar for this, because he deserves it. You know, forget everything else. If you want great, like, fucking great practical effects, the practical effects in this are awesome and amazing, realistic, in the psyche ways of character development. It's just a plus. You know, everything goes beyond in this movie. You know, Joe is the answer. A different kind of action hero. The martyristic, beautiful, eloquent, and pure to the bone. It's in select cinemas, like I said before, so go hunt it down. You're going to have to do a little hunting for this one. But, you know, it's really worth it. It's really, 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 really worth it. Like, really, 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 really worth it. You know, movie of the year, hands down. You know, I liked Captain America, but this kicks the shit out of Captain America. Like, really, this just, you know, they shouldn't even be on the same table of release dates, because this definitely by far way better than Captain America. Way better than Captain America 1 and 2 combined. I really loved this movie. You know, it's worth the full price. But should you get the matinee screening, then good for you, because it's a bonus. It's just a bonus. You know, I caught it on opening night, no regrets here. It's still making me think, like even now. It's smart and witty as fuck. Like, it's got a lot of wit. It's got a lot of whip up in it, a lot of creativity. By far one of the most creative things I've seen in a while. So go check it out. I really want to spoil it for you. I really wanted to go into an in-depth review. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but I really didn't, now thinking of it, I don't want to spoil it for you, because I want you to go out there and have that experience. It's a great movie to see. Even if you see the trailer, you kind of get a gist, like I said, of how it's going to go down. But when you actually see it, it just goes beyond. So, check out Joe. So, next up on prequel month for RAMBOMANIA Season 2, the cult phenom, as the gears close down on this season within a season. So next on prequel month is, or prequel months, should I say, is By Request. So stick around, for RAMBOMANIA would just not be the same without any of you. And you make all the difference. So thank you for watching. Go check out Joe. It's in the cinema now. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but for that just really epic widescreen of it all, really just go check it out in the theater. You'll be glad you did. I am. So yeah. So we'll be right back with By Request for the masses.